Good morning, and we are back live. Well, it's actually a pre-recorded. I'm still in the Canadian Rockies. We have another episode coming at you regardless this Tuesday morning, and we're going to go over some tips on how to organize your workspace at home to help maximize your productivity. And a lot of people have come to this desire as we're traveling, I work with a lot of real estate agents, and we're on the go or we're at home and we're working in the evenings, and things can be, man, we talked about on the show, life is just a bunch of distractions, and how we can help manage these distractions can be the difference whether we get the stuff we know we need to get done or we fall short and we feel like shit about it. So we're going to quickly go over 5 tips on how to organize your space at home and maximize the most out of it. See, that's the next thing I want to add. I want to do that little intro and then boom, slap an introduction video. I got to get on my editor to give me an introduction video. But regardless, this Tuesday morning, noted more things to improve on to help with the show. We're going to go ahead and share a screen and go over an article on ways to improve your workspace at home. Without further ado, share screen, entire screen, share over here. Okay, we're getting right to it. So we're hoping to organize our workspace at home, choosing the right place for your home office organization. So something that I've come to really grow from, and there was this book, if anyone knows who Jay Shetty is, motivational speaker, author, he was studying as a Buddhist monk and along those principles. And they had this, in one of his books, Think Like a Monk, they had this idea of one thing, one place, what I'm trying to say is, like, you have one spare bedroom and you just use that room for your office only. You do not eat in there. You do not watch TV in there. It is single use. Same with your bedroom. You only sleep in your bedroom. You relax in your bedroom. You wind down in your bedroom, comforting your partner. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, to use that particular space for that. And that can help build up as we kind of go through, and we talk more about distractions here in a second. Just only using it for this one space. When I'm in my home office, I only work. And when I'm not working, I am not in my home office. And just choosing the right place for that, which is realistic, because I mean, when you get kids or even you have someone else, roommates you're living with, and this can be tough, whether you need to just designate a corner in your room if you have roommates, and you need to just only use this portion of this space for this use. I have found that my office at home or here while I'm traveling out in Colorado, the utility room that my brother has set up, just only work in here. And when I'm not working in here, I'm not doing anything else. I'm not bringing food in here. I'm not watching TV in here, any of those things. So just trying to make sure you're choosing the right place to set yourself up for success. So what is that place for you? You may be asking. Try and sit down, think about it, try and figure out where in my available space can I work. And working from home, man, I really should preface this. Working from home is not from everybody. If you're continuously not motivated, you're continuously distracted at home, try and maybe renting out a space in an office. I've worked at libraries, real estate agent offices, and just had quiet desk space. I didn't bring anything else and just solely use that space for that. One space, one use. Next, going up to reducing distractions. This one is, this is the biggest one. If we can handle this one, we can really give ourselves some rocket fuel. And the biggest culprit, the cell phone, dude. The cell phone. This poisonous thing. I mean, man, it gives us so much. And I'm very, very grateful for that. Whether it's the maps, to help me get around. It's my ability to prospect off this thing, to save information, to send information, absorb information. Very, very grateful. But when things come with a pro, they usually come with a con. Excuse me. So, trying to reduce your distractions. If you're scrolling on your cell phone a lot, then you need to get the cell phone out of the room. Or maybe you have a TV in your living room and you can't help but just go and sit down and watch TV. Get rid of the freaking TV. What's that costing you? You're like, "Oh, Tanner, that sounds crazy. I'm not going to do that." Well, I'd ask you, what do you want more? Do you want to watch TV more, or do you want to work on your business and work on yourself more? Do you want to be more present for the people you care about, or do you want to just have an easy excuse to have entertainment right in front of your face 24/7? Just be very honest and clear about that. And there's balance, and there needs to be boundaries set in place. And that is setting those proper boundaries and understanding yourself, because you are different than me. And what distracts you will not necessarily distract me, and what distracts me, vice versa, back to you. So just sitting down, being very aware of, where are you getting distracted? Where do I keep pulling off my attention? Is it certain people that you're around? Is it certain devices that are around? Just trying to reduce distractions helps set you up for success when working at home. Reducing distractions. Additionally, in this article, they talked about removing clutter, man. If your workspace needs to be clean, it needs to be efficient. As you can see behind me, there's like things are kind of just set up on the wall, they're off the ground in kind of a way, whether you have certain types of this is predominantly rock climbing gear, but one designated for one type of thing, or just even you have a lot of files and you have a lot of notebooks and papers and stuff, and color coding that and figuring out a technique and idea. I know you can just drill shelving onto the walls and stuff like that. Anything that you can reduce to help reduce that clutter can kind of help reduce the stress and anxiety and help your focus. So you're trying to really think about what it is you are trying to get done. Making your workspace more functional. We were kind of talking about the shelving, talking about ways where you need to be placing your paperwork, your notebooks, and along those lines, just making sure that things are more organized and, man, just more function and understanding the time frames of it. Is that the next tip going into it? Working out a routine, yes. So after we've kind of organized our space, we've gotten rid of distractions. Now it's time to really set up a routine. If your desire is to work at home, or say you can even apply this while you're working at the office, you need to have some type of routine. Figuring out what your ideal day is, and then just whether that's time blocking, writing out from say 7 to 9 a.m. personal development, 9 to 11 a.m. development calls, 11 to 1:30, take a break, have lunch, and then go for a walk. Try and schedule the things in your routine and kind of see what works for you. And then you can always go to the old adage of reflection that we use in coaching all the time: is what went well, what didn't go well, and what can I do different next time? And kind of sticking and vibing with those along those lines can really help with clarity and awareness towards what you're actually willing to do and what you are not willing to do. And then you need to adjust according to that, because it is your responsibility, such as it is my responsibility to figure out the routine that works for me. Such as when I'm making these pre-recorded episodes while we're out this week, is trying to set a time like on Thursday afternoon before we're leaving, is like, okay, this 4-hour block is going to be solely for recording videos. Or maybe we can set up a certain time frame, but we need to at least try. And again, we've talked about this in the past. We cannot manage what we do not measure. And if we keep screwing, when we tend to keep screwing things up consistently over and over again, we're going to get frustrated. And why we tend to screw things up consistently is because we're not stopping, slowing down, and kind of seeing the rock that we're tripping on. It's like running around a track and then there's a big boulder sitting in the track. We're running, fall, skip, just scrape my knee, and it's and just in horrible pain. And then we just get up and then we keep running again. And then we come back along around, running, bam, hit the rock again, hit the other knee. How is this possible? Why is this? And we're like, how is this possible? Why me? And it's like, we're not taking the time to go gain perspective, go a little far up, get in that state of reflection and be like, holy, there's a literal rock right there. I should probably remove that. And that rock could be distractions such as people, cell phones, like we talked about, but finding that routine that works for you. And don't be so hard on yourself if you just create this ideal day and then you only do 25% of it the first day. It's like, well, yeah, duh. We've been going the other route for so long that we're not going to just jump into this and be 100% right off the bat. So give yourself a break. Just make sure that we're on track with it and that we have a routine of what we ideally would like to do. And we're just slowly getting closer. Compare yourself only to the current moment and the past. Take the lessons from it and keep slowly applying and taking action moving on into the future. Ergonomics. Maintain the integrity of the workspace, even if we are working from home, enforcing the same conditions as in the office, especially if the home office will be a permanent fixture in your home. So they talk about reducing noise. Noise can be very distracting, and maybe it's worth it to invest in noise canceling headphones, or maybe even just shutting the door when you work to get away from everybody. And just so some of these small things, I know if you're just starting as an entrepreneur, I was working in libraries to just get started. I couldn't afford to like rent an office or something like that, or I didn't have the money or the house to renovate an office to get away from it. If you call a library, you can just ask and reserve, hey, I got some interviews coming up. I got some important work stuff I have to talk on the computer. Is there a quiet space that I can work and talk and stuff to? I just can't have any noise. I have a big exam coming up, et cetera, et cetera. And if you call ahead, you can like rent these rooms and they'll close the door for you. It's completely isolated. If you have to talk and record videos for marketing for your business, and that kind of talking kind of sounds weird to you at first, which it totally did for me, then just try and find alternatives like that to reduce the noise. Managing heat and air quality. Yeah, I mean, right. Totally. If you're really hot and you're distracted by that, or if it's really cold, try and adjust the temperature. But just giving more awareness to it is probably pretty smart. So, wrapping up, this guy did a nice job talking about working from home can be both a blessing and a curse. We have discussed the optimal environment required to achieve the utmost attention and efficient yet straightforward ways that will help you create this environment in no time. So it's not going to be perfect. We're getting balance. We need to have balance with it. We're trying to maximize productivity. And man, we just got to get focused, reduce those damn distractions, whether it's TV, cell phones, or whatever it is, and just, man, try and be the best we can be, keep improving, keep moving forward. We got this. And organize your space at home. Get rid of that clutter, reduce some stress. And man, if you get to work at home, that's awesome. And if working at home simply not for you, it's just week by week by week, we're not making productive changes, mix it up. Go to a library, go rent out an office space, or just, when you're at work, be at work. And when you're playing with your friends and family, or you're trying to be on your own, you're trying to work on yourself, go do that. Don't get caught in between. Very dangerous, and it's impossible to go into depth to really solve some of those harder problems and keep evolving and growing. These are some tips. I hope they were helpful. Maintaining the workspace, getting that routine down, make your workspace more functional, reducing those distractions, and of course, one place, one use. So hopefully this was helpful to you. Think about your own workspace. How can you make your workspace more efficient, more effective for yourself to get done the stuff we know we want and can get done? It's Tuesday morning, 5:30. I hope everyone's up and rolling out of bed. Let's focus on it. Let's get take one step forward today. Let's keep growing. Let's keep improving. Remember, we must improve ourselves if we want to be that person to help improve others. It always starts with ourselves. Change yourself, change the world. We're doing this together, rocking and rolling. And I will see you all tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Remove the screen share. We're rolling in. Another shorter episode this week as we're recording, playing around in the Canadian Rockies, having fun. And I'm beyond excited to come back with another episode tomorrow to hopefully be helpful. If you know anyone, specifically real estate agents, that you think could benefit from my style of coaching, that work on yourself, that deep dive, that awareness of values, your workspace, just what do we need to do to become the best version of ourselves so we can go on and help the people we care most about. Thank you all so much. Have a great day. If you can always set up a free coaching call at talktotanner.com here in the bottom corner. And as always, enjoy, have a smile, make a laugh, have a good day, be positive. It is what we make it, right? Cheers, friends. And I'll be seeing you tomorrow, 5:30 Mountain Standard Time. Until next time.